Good afternoon, it's Marco here from Marco on Markets. Just start off with the disclaimer. This channel is for educational purposes only and shares my personal opinions and investment process. Nothing in this video should be taken as financial product advice or a recommendation to buy or sell any investment. Always do your own research and consider obtaining advice from a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decision. Good afternoon. I hope you're having a good day. What we might do is jump into the portfolio, and I'll bring up NAB trade as well on the screen. Yeah, it was a bit of an up and down day on the market. From what I saw, I didn't watch it closely all day. I was focused on my Aristocrat position there, hoping that it would increase a bit more and be in a position to sell. So just expand there. So I'll just update the pricings here. 62.79. It's the market. Yeah, 73.5. That's the same. 170.28 and 60.36.13. Okay, so on capital, Aristocrat's still down 1.68%. 68% for Ascent Group. Commonwealth down 0.08%, and Westpac has drifted out to 1.65%. So yeah, nothing in selling territory. This did increase. Let's have a look at the market high today for Aristocrat. Chart, daily. And so it reached 63.50. So I'll just pop that in just to see what that was at. So I could have sold that at 63.50 if I was able to achieve the top. Would still have been a loss on capital of 0.57%, and then after adjusting for dividends, it would have been 0.98%, so less than 1%. So obviously I didn't make that trade today. I'll just have to be a bit more patient, and hopefully in the next few days we get to margin, so back to normal. All right, let's have a look at a broader watch list. This is my approved list, so the best performer in that list was actually Ascent Group, up 2% for the day. But when you're down 68% before dividends, 61% after dividends, 2% really makes not much difference. And I'll explain why. I touched on this morning, where we've got this calculator. So if something is down, say 68, we'll round it off to 70%. It has to go up 233%, which is basically 2.3 times what it is. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So that's quite a feat. So that would be potentially years before that comes back, if at all. Viva Energy held its increased position today. Aristocrat. So I did find out in the end that there was a buyback, which was, I assume that's why we had that 1% increase in the announcements. For some reason, the PDF didn't work on the computer this morning, but I was able to get it open. Oh, it's still not working. That's crazy. Yeah, anyway, I'll just leave it there. But yeah, they did. I'll just bring it up on my phone and then I can just read it out. Actually, what I'll do is I'll see if I can get it off screen. And yeah, I did email it to myself this morning. So here it is here. So here's the announcement, notification of buyback, Aristocrat, 21st of July. Reason for the notification is a daily buyback and notification. I didn't notice this yesterday, but it looks like they might have done one yesterday as well. So anyway, let's get back to this. So the number of securities brought before previous days, 26 million, and the number of securities brought back on previous day was 155,000. I guess that was yesterday. And then they are date of the initial. Okay, so they've been buying back stock for a while. I didn't know that. And I did read in here the amount they are trying to achieve. So the total number of securities on issues are to be brought back. So they're trying to buy back 625 million units. And I think from this morning, from memory, there was it 35 billion? I think the 35 billion was the market capitalization. Let's have a look. See if I can find that. I saw it here somewhere under one of these tabs. Research, news, dividends. Oh, here it is. Could it have been any more in my face? So yeah, there is 600 million shares outstanding. Total number of securities on issue. Oh, okay. That's how many's on issue. All right, so they've purchased or brought back only 155,000 so far. So let's have a look at the daily volume and just see what sort of volume that is. So that announcement was made this morning. So the previous day was 1 million units brought and sold, and of that 1 million, it looks like 155,000. So around 10% of the volume, a bit less, was made up by buybacks. So if they continue to buy, that will push the share price up for the reasons I explained this morning. When the number of units is taken out of circulation, the market cap stays the same. So then the value of the share price increases. Okay, I'll just have a quick look at the list. So the banks were down. Where's my bank list? Westpac was the worst, and Suncorp was flat. So they were all down between 1.5% and 0%. Sigma had a drop, 1.37. That's interesting. That's a stock that I've recently started to trade. So I'll keep my eye on that. So if I exit another position, might be interested in buying that one. And other than that, those two, JB and Woolworths, stayed flat. And VEA was up and AX1 was up, which is good. But it's got a long way to go, so I'm not going to get too excited. We'll just have a look at the overall market today. So it was pretty flat at 0.7% down for the All Ordinaries. And it started off with a fairly decent drop and then sort of bounced around, did increase past the open, and then fell away a little bit. How is that looking in a year? So the most recent high was 9,400 points, and we're just under 9,000 now, 8,900. So the movers today, the sectors that were popular were the energy up 1.85%, and the worst performing was technology down 0.4%. I don't really look into the indices, all the minerals and stuff, sort of out of my league. I don't really know much about. I mean, I understand what it is, but I don't really follow it. Okay, we might leave it there. Yeah, have a good night, and I'll see you next time.